So you want in on a game dev and a game design job, right? Good news, you don't need a degree, you don't need experience in top tools like Unreal Unity, you don't even need coding. All you need are these 3 huge tips that I'm gonna give you. How could I possibly know? Well, I created a team in Halo. It's a content creation team, and 4 of them got their dream job working on Halo. This was their first job in the gaming industry. They had no Unreal experience, no Unity experience, just Halo Forge. They were just making games and maps in Halo. My name is RayBenefield. Setting you up for your dream job is my dream job. So let's talk about some of the tips that I have for you to get paid with pretty much no experience. Most of us get into game design and game development because it's fun. We love it. I love it. You love it. We all love it. And we never want to lose that fun. But the first tip here is that you need to be okay with taking this seriously. One of the hardest things that I heard in pretty much every community is that, Ray, you're taking this too seriously. Of course I took it seriously. I wanted a job doing this, and it didn't cost my fun in doing it. I loved pushing the limits of my design, expanding my skill set, and testing my endurance of creation. You can have the right attitude without losing the fun. The second tip is something I really don't see many people do or many people talk about when it's time to get a job, which actually reminds me that we have a bonus tip later in the video, so it's directly tied to this one. Tip number 2 is about doing the meta work that you will be expected when you have the job. Keep in mind that a position in game development and game design is not just creating. You are working for a company. Companies don't just do stuff haphazardly. They have lots of people, which means they have to have some sort of structure. They research, they plan, they schedule, they document, they analyze, they test, they do everything. You can do all this too. Don't be like everyone else and skip these steps. The difference between somebody getting hired and somebody not tends to be around how much of the meta work that they did to prepare their creation as best as possible and to allow them to work well with others. My Halo team, Creative Force, worked in a Scrum-inspired workflow. We had deadlines, we had documentation, we had deliverables. We had a full Trello board, and all of this put together allowed us to put out 42 substantially sized products in a single year. The third is probably the most common tip, but I want to build on it because there's a lot of things that people don't say about it. Creations with no proof of work and nothing to show might as well not exist. Tip number 3 is about making sure you have something to show. This is basically build your portfolio. This is basic, right? So let's tack on to it before we jump into our bonus tip. To build a portfolio, you need to finish projects. Seriously, take the time, find a project that you haven't finished, that you've put a ton of work into, and go finish it. Any work that you've put into something that you haven't released is non-existent because nobody's gonna see it. Done is better than perfect. Remember this and repeat it to yourself. Done is better than perfect. So how about that bonus tip? This one's like 2 tips combined. Honestly, some of my best advice comes near the end of videos anyway. Your portfolio is not just about your creations. So the bonus tip is showcase the work that you've done to bring your creations to life. Take a moment and think about the entire process and what it takes to create something. Proof of work is important to companies, right? We said it in tip number 2. Companies do more than create. They have accountability. Accountability comes with a paper trail, and it's absolutely crucial for their success as a company. So keep track of your deadlines, keep track of your research, keep track of your reference photos, your rough drafts, your blog posts, your design notes, your test results. It all matters. Just think about it. This series isn't just for you. It's for me also. With all that done, we'll see you tomorrow. We're going to talk about the details around getting me to watch your YouTube videos. Laters.